Welcome to this English grammar exercise. Today we have a very good English grammar exercise for us to do. We're going to look at when to use in and on with modes of transportation. Let's get started. In is used for small vehicles that you can enter and sit only. You can't stand in a small vehicle and you can't walk around in a small vehicle. Why? Because it's small. There is restriction of movement, right? Except when you enter and when you get out. Okay? So for small vehicles such as this, we use in. On is used for large vehicles, okay, where you can sit, stand, and walk around in, okay. Because these vehicles are so large, there is absolute movement, there is freedom of movement, okay. You can sit, you can walk around, you can change seats, right? You can stand in those large vehicles, okay. On is also used for animals as well. Example, you can sit on a donkey or on a horse, okay. All right, let's answer these questions. Number one, I am blank a car. In a car or on a car. What is the correct answer? Our keyword is car. This is our mode of transportation and it determines whether our answer is in or on. Now let's ask, is a car a small vehicle or a large vehicle? A car is a small vehicle, okay? You can only sit in a car. You cannot move around in a car. You cannot stand in a car. There is little movement except when you have to get in or out, okay? So our correct answer is in. I am in a car. Number two, I am blank a bus. In a bus, on a bus. Our mode of transport is bus. We have to ask, is bus a big vehicle or a small vehicle? Can you walk around? Can you sit? Can you stand in a bus? The answer is yes, you can. So correct answer is on. I am on a bus. A bus is a very large vehicle, very long. You can walk around. There is absolute freedom of movement on a bus. Number three, I am blank a taxi. In a taxi, on a taxi. What's the correct answer? Now, taxi is our keyword. That is our mode of transport. Is taxi a small vehicle or a large vehicle? A taxi is a small vehicle. A taxi is kind of like a car, right? You convert a car to a taxi. So it's the same thing. We use in for this. I am in a taxi. Number four, I am blank a plane. In a plane, on a plane. A plane is our mode of transport, our keyword. Let's ask, is a plane a small or a large vehicle? A plane is a very large vehicle, okay? Be it a cargo plane or a commercial plane or a passenger's plane. There are large amounts of people on a single plane. You can walk around, you can sit, and you can stand. There is big freedom of movement on a plane. So our answer is on. I am on a plane. Number 5, I am blank a train. Now, train is our mode of transport. Let's ask, is train a small vehicle or a large vehicle? Of course, a train is a very, very large vehicle, right? There is big freedom of movement. You can walk around, you can sit, you can stand. So correct answer is on. I am on a train. Number 6, I am blank a helicopter. In or on? What is the correct answer? Our keyword is helicopter. This is our mode of transport. Let's ask, is a helicopter a small or a large vehicle? A helicopter is quite small. You cannot walk around, okay? You cannot stand. You can only sit in a helicopter. You sit only, okay? So we use in. I am in a helicopter. A helicopter is much smaller than a plane, okay? There's a difference. So we use in for helicopter and on for a plane. Number 7, I am blank an ocean liner. In or on? Ocean liner is our mode of transportation, our keyword. Is this a small vehicle or a large vehicle? Of course, this is a very, very large vehicle. An ocean liner is a very big ship. Since it's a large vehicle, we use on. I am on an ocean liner. Number 8, I am blank a truck. In or on? Our mode of transport is truck. A truck. Now, is this a small or a large vehicle? Of course, a truck is a large vehicle, but you can only sit in the driver's side of the truck, okay? The car of the truck, okay? The goods ride in the back of the truck. The goods are in the back of a truck. So except if you are riding in the back, we use in, okay? Because you are riding only in the front of the truck. Okay, you only ride here in the passenger side or the car of the truck. Since this is the place you are and you cannot stand here, you cannot walk around here, we use in. All right, so I am in a truck, in the car of the truck. Number 9, I am blank a motorcycle. In or on? A motorcycle is our mode of transport. What is our correct answer? It's a seat only, okay? You cannot stand, you cannot walk, you can only sit. We use on a motorcycle because a motorcycle is a vehicle that you can only sit on. It is not a vehicle that you enter. Okay, you don't enter inside. You can only get on top of a motorcycle or a bike and sit. Since you can get only on top, we use on. So I am on a motorcycle. This is an exception, okay? Because you cannot enter into a motorcycle. You can only sit on top, just like on a horse or a donkey. You cannot enter inside. You can only get on top of a horse and sit. Okay, so we always use on a motorcycle, on a bike. Number 10, I am blank a canoe. A canoe is a small vehicle. You can only sit in a canoe. You cannot walk around in a canoe. A canoe is small. Okay, so you say, I am in a canoe. Number 11, I am blank a skateboard. Remember our answer in number 9. A skateboard is not a vehicle. Okay, you can only get on top of a skateboard and stand. A skateboard is a stand only. Okay, so we always use on. I am on a skateboard. Number 12, I am blank a ferry. In or on. A ferry is a mode of transport. This is a very large ship. So, since it's a large vehicle, we use on. I am on a ferry. Number 13, I am blank a bike. Our keyword is bike. The same with a skateboard and a motorcycle. You can only get on top of a bike. You cannot enter into a bike. Okay, so a bike is a sit on only. So we use on. I am on a bike. Number 14, I am blank a horse. A horse is our mode of transport and a horse is an animal, okay? Remember we said that on is also used for animals. A horse is a seat only. You cannot enter into a horse. You can only get on top of the animal and sit, okay? We always use on. I am on a horse. I am blank a carriage. Carriage is our mode, okay? A carriage is a small compartment, a small area that is being drawn by a horse, okay? A carriage is a seat only. You can only enter and sit in a carriage. You cannot walk around. You cannot stand in a carriage. The only time you move is when you have to enter and when you have to get out of the carriage. Okay? So we always use in. I am in a carriage. Number 16, I am blank a Lamborghini. A Lamborghini is our mode of transport. This is a car. A Lamborghini is a car, a small vehicle. So we use in. I am in a Lamborghini. Number 17, I am blank foot. In or on. Now you walk. You walk with your feet, or you can say on your feet. All right? Not in feet. Foot is not a vehicle. Okay? We use foot to walk. We say on foot when we mean that we are walking. So on foot is our answer. That's it, guys. We've come to the end of the video. Thank you for watching and bye bye.